Nick didn't, but I think there's a video somewhere of like Kayleigh watching it for the first time and going like, "Wow, this is fucking crazy."
Yeah, it was good. They actually did a good job. It's crazy to me that people would do a good job.
That's not a guarantee, but I don't know. Like, okay, well, we knew you, and we knew you were like a stickler because we were too. You know,
Yeah.
That's like when you're friends with artists, the last thing you want to do is do something that they'll notice forever and be a little annoyed about. You know.
Yeah.
And like so like keeping mind of that and then doing it in a way where you're like thumbs up, that was like crack, that was awesome.
Oh, good. Decent. Sorry,
Decent.
I should give you a bigger compliment, I guess. You did good.
Decent. Okay, decent is one of those things that Kayleigh just says and it means a different thing, I think.
It does. How the fuck did Nick and Fretzel like find me? How did I let them in? Oh yeah, because you were like, you said, Kayleigh, Nick wants to do the fucking bass in your band.
So like, you tweeted some shit like people would do sometimes. Like, I wish I had a band, but blah 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 blah, and then like forgot about the sentence immediately after. And then Fretzel was like, "Yo, I would be down to do this." And then you're like, "Okay." And then other people in their place like, "I want to be guitar. I want to be drums. I'll be bass." And then Nick was like, "Okay, if this is happening," he like DM'd me, and it's like, "I feel like I'm gonna kick myself forever if I don't reach out to Kayleigh about this." So I like reached out on behalf of Nick, and like he sent me a message to copy paste, and then he had some like anxious thoughts below it. So I copy pasted the message and the anxious thoughts below it.
Yeah, which was great. It was great. It was basically Nick saying, I'm not actually good and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, that sounds promising. Great.
Yeah. But like, so I said that, and then you were like, well, if he doesn't know how to do the songs or play bass, then no. No, you didn't say it. It was like just some funny, like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, oh, I sent more of that message than I meant to. And then you're like, oh, then he just got fucked with his glasses on, which is one of those other things you say. Oh, I fucked up so bad. But then you were like, okay.
That's one of my old catchphrases. Yeah. I don't say that one anymore.
Yeah, it comes out sometimes, but rarely.
Sometimes I let it slip, and I'm like, people don't know about this one anymore.
But like then you sent the bass line to since 1989, and you're like, okay, here's the bass line. If you can like learn this in a week, then we're good.
Somebody's vacuuming outside my apartment. That's annoying.
We can't hear it. Don't worry.
That's great. I'm glad you can't hear it.
It's a boring part of the podcast anyway. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, I'm evil and I need everybody to play everything correctly, whatever.
You're not evil. You got a message from someone saying, I don't know how to play bass.
Okay. Kayleigh, you, at one point, I was like, you should have a live band of this. And you're like, no. And you're like, nobody's going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And then you did it and it wasn't perfect. But then what, how did you feel?
I felt good. Also, this is why Adam Davis is my ska dad, canonically. So we met first in Fest back in 2022.
This is another non-secret.
And so, yeah, he was talking to me about all this stuff, and he was like, you should have a live band. I'm like, nobody would ever be able to play my songs. It's not going to work out. None of this will ever happen. We don't even have a drummer yet. We don't, I have whatever. And I was making up all these excuses, and Adam was trying to tell me about how it's going to be good anyway because the songs are good enough where it doesn't have to fit the arrangement on the album perfectly. And so eventually a point did come wherein we had a show booked in mid-2023, and we played these songs, and it was good. It was pretty decent. I wasn't pissed about it, you know? It was like for the first time ever, the songs were like, okay, we got through that without fucking it up entirely. Okay, we can do this. But I used to walk to rehearsal just dragging my feet like, my fucking God, I can't believe we're doing this. All right, let's try Since 1989. And I would just be like ready to cringe the whole time, like, when is somebody gonna fuck up and play the wrong chord, and we're just gonna, and be like, okay, that wasn't awful. All right, let's run it again and see if we actually get this good. And so things started to push toward a decent direction, and that was cool. And so I remember, I like DM'd Adam Davis about it right after the show and sent him various video messages on instant gratification as I was walking around in this house that we were that we stayed at in Massachusetts. I was just walking around because I was awake. Nobody else is awake. So, yeah, that's all. I don't know. I could talk way more, but I don't fucking feel like it.
The last part of the Kmoy Band story that involves me is so that whenever I'm there, that is why I'm singing Celtic Precure with the squad.
Nice.
That's true. It's a fun little tribute.
And it's a lot of fun. It's the best feeling in the world.
Final question. I want to hear about you covering Shed Some Skin by Slow Gherkin. Posting this video online, James discovering it, and then ultimately you meeting James. So can you kind of walk us through that story?
You gotta start with bonus stage, though, if you're gonna do the story.
Oh, yeah.
Is this too long?
No. It's not too long. Don't worry. Yeah, so Shed Some Skin was a song that we were going to cover at SPI Fest #2, but we ran out of time, so we just didn't do it. And then we ended up doing it, I don't know, the next freaking show or some other fucking show. Can't fucking remember. And this was 2024. Mm-hmm. And somebody posted the video online and people liked it a lot. And I was like, oh, I wasn't that invested in the cover because I was oh, this is just a song that we're playing. When we do the song "Do Nothing" by the Specials, that feels like a legit cover to me because it's very transformative. But with Shed Some Skin, we're just playing the song. But people liked it anyway, which I thought was weird. I know I'm being so dismissive about it.
But even Kayleigh, even in just playing the song, you're performing it as a bunch of, queer and trans musicians playing a bunch of straight white boy.
You really like that part, don't you? You like it, don't you?
Well, I'm just saying, it changes the context of the song.
Yeah.
Gay Lindsay. Yeah.
Doesn't it?
But, oh, yeah, no, we've totally talked about Gay Luigi and, Fretzels traveled wide and far, and the love song of Sofa and Capizzi. So, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, name drop. So anyway, yeah, so we do the fucking song and whatever, but what I like about it is that people from Slow Gherkin are paying attention to me and oh, this is fun actually, because I love Shed Some Skin. I really love that album.
Do you know who sent that video to James Rickman?
Was it you?
I don't know. Who did?
It was me.
Yeah! Adam is the man behind the curtains. Adam Davis is pulling all the damn strings.
That's what a ska dad does, yeah.
Thank you so much, Adam Davis.
Hey.
But anyway, so people from Slow Gherkin see it and Daisy's thrilled. Daisy plays keyboard in Kmoy the Band. And she's so happy about it, and I'm I should be way happier about this. But everybody's they're thrilled about it. I'm okay, that's cool, whatever. And then eventually I'm with Catbite in November doing some shows down in California and Arizona. And so when we're doing the one in Pomona, California,
yeah,
I'm just walking around and I saw Aaron before, and I was hi, Aaron. See you later. I don't even know what I said to you. And but I'm just fucking walking around, and then somebody stops me and says, "Hey, Kayleigh, hi. It's me." And I'm looking at this guy he's familiar to me. I feel like we've met before, and I say, "Hi." And I'm just looking at him "Yeah, greetings. Do I know you?" And he's "Yeah, I'm James from Slow Gherkin." And then I'm just flooded with recognition. I'm "Oh fuck, that is him." Fuck. And I'm like, I'm losing my shit internally.
You're like,
because
are you